Hi, my name is Julia Velasquez. I am a senior neuroscience major and psychology minor at High Point University. As I reflect on my life with my newfound lens of faith, I've had a breakthrough. Whether it be looking at the past 3 years or before my time at HPU, I realize I have subconsciously kept the faith that even when we face something awful in our lives, God helps us see the good in it in some way. We may not know how or why, but that is the power and beauty of God and the cross. This does not exempt us from our responsibilities as human beings, however. That is the nature of who God is. God is the one who enters the places of sheer loneliness and desperation. He takes us through suffering, but not for the sake of suffering. The death of Jesus reminds me of those of us who bring God our suffering, our struggles, our pain, our challenges, or our difficulties in life. These could be physical, mental, or emotional in nature. We all know someone who has been stuck in the valley of life, trying to find a way back up to the peak. At some point over the past 3 years of attending Wednesday Chapel, I had an epiphany. I finally understood that when we are suffering, sometimes it is for a reason. However, we often do not see why we had to suffer in the first place until the moment is well past us, and we take the time to reflect on the experience. The silver lining to our suffering, if there is one, is that we have the opportunity to bring God our suffering when we feel we need to. We do not suffer alone, as He will not let us suffer alone, unless we truly actively choose to do so. But why make this choice to bring God our suffering? Maybe, naively, we believe our suffering will end sooner. Maybe we will have that critical breakthrough, or maybe God will provide the slightest bit of guidance. I think we can all agree there is no exact reason, as we may simply feel the need to bring Him our suffering. It could end up being a turning point for us in our struggle. So, if we make this choice, are we trying to force a resolution or an ending to our suffering? Personally, it is difficult to escape the mindset of constantly asking God for anything. Yet, maybe in times of suffering, all we may be asking for is some comfort. Still, there are those who choose to suffer alone and internalize everything. They need our support the most. Yet, sometimes, when you offer to help, they tell you no. So then, how do you respond? Do you respect their decision and let them be? Or do you continue to intervene against their wishes? There's no right answer here. But the other question is this: why are you making the choice you made? Are you making that choice to help them or to help yourself? I encourage you to take the time to reflect on any suffering you may have experienced in your life and to reach out to someone who you know may be suffering currently. Remind them that God can enter those places of utter loneliness and desperation. God comes even in weakness. God will walk alongside you in those moments, even when you may not feel He is doing so. Begin the climb back up to the peak and let God climb with you. Thank you for joining me.